What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the Addicted to Madden channel. Got some more gameplay for you. Got some Vikings gameplay for you. Like I said, I wanted to try to get some gameplay with every team, and as I got closer and closer to that, there were certain teams that not too many people are using, and the Vikings are one of them. So, I played one game against somebody using the Vikings, but that was during the time when I couldn't get my software working right. So, and since then I haven't seen anybody use them, so I decided to go ahead and use them. And of course I'm going against the Packers, and obviously this is going to be a really tough game. This player was a very good player, and plus on top of that he's using a very good team, with arguably the best quarterback in the game. And the tough thing about when you're playing against these really good quarterbacks is that there's just a lot of respect for them in the game. Like, they don't really throw too many picks, even if they make bad passes and throw the ball directly to the defense. A lot of times it becomes like a drop pick, so it's hard to actually make defensive plays against these these kinds of teams. But so he ends up driving all the way down the field. Like I said, he got down the field pretty fast, and he gets all the way down up to the 2-yard line even, but I managed to hold him to a field goal. Like I said, I don't know how I do it, but my goal line defense is actually pretty darn good, and I'm not really even doing anything special there. I'm really not even audibling anything. I pick can't remember the name of the play, but it's a play that has like 3 guys in the yellow zone, and then the corners are in the light blue flat zones, and that's it. And then I usually shift my line towards the tight end, and that's it. So I'm using the Vikings. I got Terry Bridgewater, and right there, that overthrow, which should have been a touchdown, that ends up coming back to bite me, and you'll see that later on. That should have been a touchdown, and it's, when you're playing Madden, especially when you're playing against a good player, you kind of need to have everything go right. You can't have anything go wrong. And so that was I had sent Jennings on a streak, and he beat his man, but Bridgewater just couldn't get it to him. And him being a rookie quarterback, they probably didn't give him a good deep rating, a deep passing, like deep pass accuracy rating, which is understandable. He's a rookie quarterback. He's an okay rookie quarterback. So I wasn't, so I understand how that would work. And that pass right there, that's another thing I'm talking about. That pass should have been picked off. That went right through the hands of my defender, but I solely believe that because it's Aaron Rodgers, they let that not only not be a pick, but it ends up being, a reception, for some pretty good yards. So this guy ended up doing a lot of screens, and at this time I didn't really know how to stop screens at this point in the game. So that's something that I obviously need to practice, and I actually end up talking about that in a later video. But you can see he runs like screen after screen after screen. I ended up taking Aaron Rodgers out of the game. That last play where I hit him, that took him out of the game. Anyways, I ended up holding him to yet another field goal. So again, that made me feel a little, pretty good. Because this guy was a good player, but I managed to hold him to. He probably would have had 2 touchdowns by now, but I ended up holding him to just 2 field goals. We're coming up on the end of the half, and I'd like to get something. I'd like to at least get like a field goal, if not a touchdown. I'd at least like to get something here. But because I believe I get the ball at the half, and even just being down 6-0, I still would be in pretty good control, by getting the ball at the half, because I could still come into the half and get the lead. So I end up having to punt it off, and he's only got 6 seconds left, and pretty much is just gonna do like a Hail Mary or something, and so I'm not really worried about that. He ends up running the ball there just to end the half. And so like I said, I get the ball at the half, and I'm still in pretty good control of this game. I could still score and take the lead, if I can just get a freaking touchdown. But using this team, these teams that nobody likes to use, there's a reason for that. They're hard to use, and had Bridgewater in there, and he was okay. It was kind of hard using him, but just because his accuracy ratings probably aren't that high, so it was hard to actually use him. But as you can see, I was running my offense with him. That's another thing that kind of made it difficult, but I don't mind that because I like the challenge of that. I'm running all my read option stuff, and he's not the most mobile guy in the world, but he's actually mobile enough to make it work. So I get the wide receiver screen there, and I'm not much of a screen kind of guy, but I do have one wide receiver screen in my playbook. So it's the kind of thing that I'll break out there every now and then. I mean, I don't normally do it. Made a I actually should have hit the there was another receiver that was a little bit more open there, but I actually ended up converting this anyways. So we're already in the fourth quarter. I milked that whole third quarter, and so now in his red zone, I'm just taking what he was giving me, because it's because he's a rookie quarterback. I wanted to do just shorter passes, and so that ended up working for me, and then I ended up getting the touchdown. So I have the lead now, 7-6, and all I need to do is just hold it. If I can just hold him, I mean, the unfortunate thing is all he needs is a field goal, and he's and then he's in the lead. But if I could just keep him from getting into field goal range, then I could I'd have a good chance of winning this game, and that would actually make me really happy to beat a guy of this caliber, using such a subpar team like the Vikings. And there's another screen there. They actually the computer ended up bottling that one up. So right here, 4th and 13, I'm hoping I could stop him here, but he spots the wide open guy, and I realized that right there, in my opinion, was like the only mistake I made in this game. Having that one defensive player in the flat on that side instead of like in the hook zone, he probably would have stopped that if I would have had him there. So he ends up getting into field goal range. There's only 12 seconds to go, and that's why I called this game did everything right, because I feel like I did everything that I could do to win this game. That if I could have had that touchdown, that that bomb that I threw to Jennings, if that actually could have gotten in there as a touchdown, then I think I actually could have won this game. But he ends up winning it on the last second field goal there, and I mean, even though I didn't win, but you know what? He didn't score a touchdown on me, and like I said, he was a good player. I mean, even when I lose, I try to find some positives, and I guess that's one of the ones I can think of. I held him 3 field goals, didn't even score a touchdown on me. And if I could have just gotten that one touchdown to work, I think I could have won this game. But I thought this was a pretty good close game. And I mean, even though he did end up using Aaron Rodgers, he did end up losing Aaron Rodgers. Still, he played pretty well without him. Anyways, thanks for watching.